Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Season 2 of Royal Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, Queen Garlic Star moved into the royal nursery and we had a relatively quiet, relaxing episode in the grotto. Today we're going to be continuing the clan story, and obviously we are starting off with a whole heap of excitement because Queen Garlic Star has had a litter of 2 royal kittens. So even though it wasn't as big as I had hoped and maybe she had hoped, 2 is better than 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at the kittens. I'm excited. But we are at Moon 78. It is the first turn of Leaf Falls, so we are going back into the cooler seasons. Now let's, I think, check the leaders then first off. We are still in an age of peace with all of our allies, but it seems as though the Queen's right hand and mate Icicle Speck is taking care of things for now, since she is going to be recovering from her birth. But let's go on to events before we take a look at the kittens. Icicle Speck picks himself up out of his nest and begins the day anew, a fresh conviction in his heart. So he has finally recovered from, I think, the death of our previous king. And then the wonderful news. Queen Garlic Star is so grateful that her adorable litter of 2 kits is here. Both thrilled to meet them and thrilled that Icicle Speck can take a turn parenting while Queen Garlic Star finally gets a little break from the stuffy air of the nursery. So let's go ahead and take a look at these kittens. Look at this, guys. We have Cinnamon Kit and River Kit that have joined us in the Royal Grotto. And in terms of their genders, now I was saying that it would be nice for us to have a girl because, you know, we would stop being reliant on the outside population or the servants, but that has not been the case. Both Cinnamon Kit and River Kit are boys. So we have had 2 more sons in the clan, and that does mean we are going to have yet another prince once they come of age. But you know what, guys? I think this is maybe better in the long run in terms of the immediate growth of the clan, because if Garlic Star had had a daughter, we would have had to wait 12 moons for her to come of age before we could do another pairing. But because these kittens are boys, we can immediately try and bring in one of the servant females, like elevate a servant to nobility, and we can get breeding going straight away. So I think this is better off in the long run. Okay, well, let's take a look at these kittens a little bit closer. So Cinnamon Kit over here, he is a noisy male with blue eyes and a ticked pelt. And then we have his brother, River Kit, who is a skittish male with dark blue eyes and a Sakoke pelt. So I'm kind of excited to see how they're going to look once their eyes open up, but both of them already seem to be very pretty cats. And of course, both of them are the carriers of 1 royal bloodline from the 10th founding royal. Now, if I'm to count the bloodlines we have so far, how many bloodlines are surviving? We have 1st and 7th. 1st and 7th, and then the 3rd as well. Let's see, and then the 4th, and then, hold on a second, the 9th, and then we have the 10th. So hold on, I thought we had 5 surviving bloodlines, but we have 6? We have 6 guys, and then the 10th with Cinnamon Kit and River Kit. We have 6 surviving bloodlines, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, good to know. And in terms of descriptors for the kittens, Cinnamon Kit is a ginger tick tom, and River Kit is a silver tabby tom. I'm very excited, especially River Kit. He looks very different to the other cats in the clan. Cinnamon Kit looks a little bit similar in coloring, at least, to Foxclaw and some of the ginger cats we've had, but he's got speckling. I don't think we've had a ginger cat with, you know, the speckling or a ticked pelt. So both of them are kind of unique. I'm excited to see how they're going to look growing up. But I think that was a really, really fun match between Garlic Star and Icicle Speck. But it seems as though her kids haven't inherited her vitiligo, which Garlic Star had. But that's fine. That's fine. They still look really pretty. Okay, let's go check the medicine cat den. Scorch Moss was given time as treatment for grief-stricken. Icicle Speck was given time as treatment for grief-stricken, and then Icicle Speck recovered from that. Shining Stripe was given time as treatment for grief-stricken. Bear Pelt was given time as treatment for grief-stricken. Foxclaw was given time as treatment for grief-stricken, and Inkfeather could not find any herbs this moon. Let's go ahead and take a look at everyone's relationships. Frostfade points out to Scorchmoss that a spider is in her nest before she sits in it. Scorchmoss has been spending time with Foxclaw lately. Icicle Speck was convinced that Foxclaw was lying about something, but Foxclaw wasn't. Icicle Speck thinks Freezefur has interesting things to talk about. Flailstorm and Foxclaw debate about something interesting. Though they disagree, they stay amicable. Flailstorm scoffed loudly at one of Shining Stripe's suggestions. Flarefreckle motivates her older brother Shining Stripe, to do something difficult. Foxclaw accidentally hurts Shining Stripe during an argument between them. Flarefreckle chats quietly with Bearpelt while they're both on camp guard duty, so spending some time with a younger brother now. Flarefreckle talks with Ghostfeather about some clan drama. Bearpelt asks Flailstorm to help resolving an argument with a friend. Let's see. Asks for help resolving, yeah. Bearpelt tries to find Foxclaw to apologize for something, but finds him playing with a clanmate. Freezefur says something that goes against Inkfeather's morals. Inkfeather and his son Foxclaw spend some time together and nearly forget what made them upset with one another in the first place. Flarefreckle hit Quillrunner, her oldest son, on the face with a tail while passing by. Frostfade complains about something Foxclaw did. Foxclaw is surprised when his younger brother Ghostfeather compliments him. Ghostfeather warns Frostfade about something on the ground so Frostfade doesn't trip. Ghostfeather rolls around in some herbs after hearing Flarefreckle likes their smell. Okay. Freezefur prevents something from falling on Shining Stripe. Freezefur, Bearpelt, and Shining Stripe took a sunbath and had a little small talk. Queen Garlic Star and Freezefur are assigned the same task, and Queen Garlic Star stands out for Foxclaw on a border patrol when confronted by another clan. So that is all we have for events. It feels like it was a lot, but as the clan is slowly getting up there in number, we're having a lot more interactions between the cats. But okay, that is all we have for events. Let's wrap it up over here and move on to the cat list. Okay, let's continue with the cat list. Just a quick reminder on our loyalties over here. Of course, for the kittens, we know that we will discover their final loyalties, or their political alignments once they become young adults at 12 moons old and they have their graduation ceremonies. In terms of relationships, there were only a couple things that I noticed. One of them I wasn't too surprised by because of what we saw in events, but it is with Ghostfeather, who this whole time, guys, has not had any romantic inclination towards anyone, but finally has a new romance with Flarefreckle of all cats. And we know he was, I think, rolling around in some herbs because he found out that she liked the smell of them. So yeah, I kind of had an inkling from that, but this is kind of interesting. Although, I will say, Ghostfeather, he is adventurous. He's never really, batted an eye at, the other cats that have given him attention. But you know what? Flarefreckle, even though she's quite a bit older than him, she is this, very elegant lady, I feel. Very elegant she-cat who holds herself with a lot of poise, and I feel like is really feminine, and I don't know. She's also very playful, so I can kind of see how maybe emotionally, her age is the same as his, and she is just so much fun to be around, and maybe Ghostfeather beforehand kind of thought that because of the way she likes to, sit all prim and proper and keep herself in perfect shape, maybe he figured she would be a sort of uptight cat, but she's really not. Once you get to know her, she's very playful and a bit cheeky, and I think that opens up a lot of doors for him in terms of, the things he can explore and the fun that he can have, and he really enjoys that. So he's been giving, Flare Freckle a bit of attention. So Flare Freckle, there's nothing from her end at this point. I don't know if it'll change in the future, maybe if Ghostfeather continues to be persistent. But I don't think she's really had anyone else she's had a romance for either. If I go and check up on her, she does have that little bit of romance with Garlic Star that we know about with the Queen, but she doesn't have anything with Ghostfeather for now. However, she is friends with them, so I don't know, things could change. So there is that. The other thing I noticed was with Scorch Moss. This one surprised me a little bit, but Scorch Moss, guys, hates Inkfeather. So now she's enemies with Inkfeather, and I was trying to figure out why this might be the case. All I could work out was that maybe Scorch Moss, as someone who's, getting a lot older, I think she looks at Inkfeather, this young and vibrant cat. She remembers the way she used to be, and there's maybe a little bit of envy to do with that. There's a little bit of envy towards Inkfeather, and also maybe Scorch Moss. Probably, I feel like at some stage, Scorch Moss maybe related a lot of Inkfeather's love for the king, like her unrequited love for the king, to her own unrequited love for Flailstorm, except, with Scorch Moss, she kind of moved on from expecting something from Flailstorm, whereas Inkfeather was kind of bound to Fernstar for a long time, and I feel like at some point, that pity that she had for Inkfeather turned into something else. It turned into looking down on Inkfeather for still staying stuck in that romance. But I think there's a touch of maybe envy there as well, because in the end, Inkfeather's devotion to Fernstar kind of paid off in a bittersweet way, because remember, he did spend time with her on that last moon of his, going on a patrol, trying to make happy memories with her, and it's almost as though at the very end of his life he did recognize Inkfeather for the loyalty she had towards him, and maybe Scorch Moss is a bit envious of that because she doesn't see that happening with Flailstorm. So, there's many things going on, but I feel like Scorch Moss's feelings towards Inkfeather, it's a bit complex. So that's something that I noted, and I think these two are the only major things of note with the cats. So let's go ahead and see what everyone's doing for the day. Queen Garlic Star is batting at a beam of sunlight. Icicle Speck wishes he could take the day off. Inkfeather is craving the taste of fish. Shining Stripe is greatly annoyed by clanmates' inability to accept they were in the wrong. Flare Freckle brought Inkfeather a herb to identify. Bear Pelt is not looking forward to the sparse hunting in Leaf Bear. Quill Runner saw a pair of two legs near camp today. Frostfade wonders if you could handle Queen Garlic Star's position. Interesting. You still have a ways to go, Frostfade. You're quite young. Foxclaw is wondering if kitty pet life is really so bad. Ghostfeather is craving the taste of fish. Was someone else craving the taste of fish too? Inkfeather! So Inkfeather and her son, I think her favorite son Ghostfeather, are spending time together craving fish. That's really cute. Freezefur saw a kitty pet sitting calmly next to a dog. Scorch Moss tells a long, long story that no cat is interested in. Flailstorm feels a sense of dread. That's not good. Cinnamon Kit snuggles up to the belly of Queen Garlic Star, and River Kit snuggles up to the belly of Queen Garlic Star. So these two are being absolutely adorable, but I'm kind of excited to finally have two apprentices that we can see some competition between, we can compare their experience levels and their training and who's ahead of who. It's always fun when there's two apprentices or more. So that's gonna be really good. And actually, I might be remembering wrong, but I feel like before Freezefur, we had a litter of sisters maybe? Or was that... No, that was with Vampire Clan, I think. I'm mixing up certain cats and certain stories from Vampire Clan with Royal Clan. Yeah, like some of the litters that we had and some of the characters, I'm like mixing up. But that's okay. This is why we refer back to, Star Clan from time to time to figure out like what's going on. But no. It'll be nice, because I think in Vampire Clan we had like 2 sisters who were very sweet, gentle sisters. They both ended up dying, which was quite sad, but they had a fascinating story going, and I really kind of liked the vibe they had. So I'm excited to have maybe a similar thing going on with our 2 brothers over here. One's skittish, one's noisy, and actually talking about their personalities, speaking of their personalities, I forgot to check to see which kitten is favored by the parents. So Queen Garlic Star favors River Kit, her younger skittish son, and Icicle Speck also favors River Kit, his younger skittish son. Ooh, I haven't had a situation, I think, in this clan where we've had 2 kittens and one of them has been the forgotten child or the invisible child. It's always like when there's 2 kittens, one parent usually likes, it's like one parent per child type thing. Normally we only have a leftover or a forgotten invisible cat when there's like 3 or more. But okay. So it seems as though, for whatever reason, you know what? Maybe because River Kit is skittish, both the parents feel the need to always reassure him and be around him. So I can see why they would almost coddle River Kit more and favor him a little bit more, whereas Cinnamon Kit, he's kind of noisy, he's loud, he's able to kind of figure himself out a lot quicker, so they don't worry about him as much. But okay, I'm going to keep an eye on these 2. So that is all we have for the cat list. Let's wrap up over here and move on to patrols. Okay, we are continuing with patrols. We currently have 93 prey and we need 34, so we don't have to worry about food just yet. We'll send out our royal physician, Inkfeather, to see what she can get up to. Oh, while searching for some specific herbs, Inkfeather is startled by weird sounds and whispers on the wind. Proceed. Oh, okay. It takes ages for Inkfeather to pinpoint the sounds, but eventually she uncovers the hidden birthing nest of a dead, cold queen, the newborn kids by their side. Inkfeather makes sure the queen is given a vigil. As the kids grow older, they'll have questions about their parents. So, Bites Ghost now wanders. Pale Kit joins the clan, or I suppose I should say Servant Clan. Tarantula Kit joins Servant Clan. Your clan's reputation towards outsiders has improved. Okay, who are these kittens that have just joined in as well? Okay, we have Pale Kit over here. Ooh, an unruly female with pale green eyes and an agouti pelt. An unruly male with sunlit ice eyes and a Sokoke pelt. So both Pale Kit and Tarantula Kit are going to be joining Servant Clan to be raised by those cats over there. So we'll send them off. There we go. So yeah, they're going to be raised over here by these other cats that we have. Ay. Okay. Now let's go and do our other patrols. Oh, so we only gonna have 1 patrol of 6 with Quill Runner, Icicle Speck, Flare Freckle, Freeze Fur, Frost Fade, and Ghost Feather. So let's see what they get up to. Many seasons ago, before even Royal Clan itself, stood 5 ancient clans, each one point on a single great star. They padded into danger where hills of bones seeped blood into the soil. Proceed. Not this old nursery tale again. Flare Freckle is bored of it. Okay, so aside from our royal physician who found 2 kits and brought them back to Servant Clan, nothing too exciting happened on the patrol with our warriors, which, is fine. I think we had plenty of excitement with the birth of our 2 kittens. But okay, guys, we are going to be on the lookout for one of the servants that we can raise to nobility. Garlic Star is working on that, and once we manage to locate this servant and finally bring her into the grotto, then we will have our next pairing, all settled and ready to go, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get another pregnancy without too much of a gap between the kittens that are just born and the new batch, the new litter. So okay guys, with that said and done, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.